Hey guys, thanks very much for watching the Great Apostate. I hope you're doing well. You know, I saw a video recently where a person, they basically confronted a paedophile Jehovah's Witness, black guy, as he was getting into the back of a car and they were going around to the surface. Maybe some of you have seen that too. And I thought it was amazing, but I'm used to the Jehovah's Witnesses just being fucking crazy. I'm used to the fact that apparently it's perfectly reasonable to have a paedophile going out the doors on his own. Of course it is. Nothing bad can happen there. Okay? What I found really startling though was the dude in the car beside him, in the seat beside him. And as the person was asking him questions, he was a white dude. What he did was put his hands over his ears and look down so he couldn't hear or see any of this terrible, discouraging stuff that was going on. And I remember thinking to myself, would I have done that? Well, I don't think I would have done that. Not even at my most devout. I maybe would have walked away, I'd like to think I wouldn't have done that. But anyway, I was trying to figure what's going on in the head of a person who does that. And as usual, I try to get my Jehovah's Witness understanding from the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide on Facebook. And I think it's a good way to sort of grasp the modern Jehovah's Witness. But you can kind of see the mentality of them now. This is one of their posts here. Here's a message to send. This was on the 17th of August. It's only 2 days ago. Here's a message to send to all our non-witness friends and families. Be happy as long as you see Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at your door. Because when they do stop, which they soon will, then it means the end. So, what do they mean by that? Well, they mean that obviously they're the only people who are sending out this message, and when they stop doing it, you've lost your chance. Okay? But it means more than that. It means that Jehovah's Witnesses are unique, set apart, that they're a cut above you, the non-witnesses. I mean, you don't you don't describe your tiny group and then everyone else is not your tiny group if you're not setting yourself above them. And people here commented saying, oh, that's true, well said, it is the truth, amen, very true, amen, and on. Just as when Noah and his family entered the ark for the last time, that witnessing work ended and the open doors shut. So that's really basically what they're doing. And it made me understand why Jehovah's Witnesses allow these kind of people in their kingdom hall. It's because Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm going to go down through a couple of posts from the worldwide Jehovah's Witnesses site on Facebook to gather it. Jehovah's Witnesses don't see sin and don't see one thing being particularly worse than any other. I think what it is that Jehovah's Witnesses, and certainly looking back from my own memory, Jehovah's Witnesses see it as worldly people, controlled by Satan, or Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay? And if you're controlled by Satan, everything is bad about you. Okay? Everything is contemptible. And worse, of course, if you're returning to your own vomit like us apostates. You know, we're very bad. We're very stinky indeed. But Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't, if we were in that car and the paedophile was in it, you'd like to think we would say, get out of the car. I have a funny story about that. I've told it a million times, so anyone who's a regular watcher of my videos knows it. But back when I had just left the Jehovah's Witnesses, a guy was walking up in the pouring rain, old man. I'll say it quick because you've heard it before. Ted, his name was, he's dead now. And I saw him walking up the road in the pouring rain. I knew his house was about a mile up the road, so I stopped the car. I said, get in, Ted, I'll take you home. And he started saying, thank you, Neil, or thank you, Stephen, thank you. And I says, oh, no, you're messing me up. You're mixing me up with my brother. I'm Neil. It's only at this point that he realised who I was, that I had left the Jehovah's Witnesses. He stopped, smiling. He told me, pull the car over. And he got out, this elderly man in the pouring rain, and walked off. And the irony of the story is, this elderly man was actually a convicted paedophile. So I had the heart to pick this guy up, but he still viewed himself as a cut above me, even though he was a convicted paedophile. Now, going down a little bit onto the Jehovah's Witness site, they've got a little article here about the new Jehovah's Witness HQ. It's apparently going to be awesome. Good. Not like a scary cult complex at all. And we then go on to this. And again, this is it. This is a picture of a rickshaw driver in India who apparently was a person who was hit in India, and people walked by him. 200 people walked by before he was helped. And people say, "Has the world sunk so low? Let your kingdom come, please, Father." And you're going to see the usual comments, all the stuff that we said ourselves as Jehovah's Witnesses. Amity Young says, "The love of many has grown cold in this time of the end." I'm not going to do an African accent because I'm getting lots of complaints that apparently that's a racist. It's not intended to be racist, but I don't want people to be too upset about me. Anyway, people saying the natural affection is gone from other people. Hearts hardened from so much carnage. We get used to seeing dead bodies, says Suzanne Whitehead. Where are you? I've not seen that many dead bodies in my life. Okay? I'm thankful for that. Anyway, then they go down and they talk about the folly of racism. Isn't it ironic how quickly the Jehovah's Witnesses forget their own history when they used to talk about the joy a Negro gets from serving his master? It's the purest joy there is. But here it is, the folly of racism, and it's the Olympics, recent Olympics in Rio, and how a lot of I think it was the Lebanese Muslims, refused to get on the bus with Jews. Saudi judokan, I think they call themselves, a judo player. She forfeited her match to avoid competing with an Israeli. Let's be honest, let's call it what it is, a Jew. It wasn't an Arab they refused, it was a Jew. And then there was the other chap who refused to shake his hand, an Egyptian who refused to shake the hand. And the comments of people saying, "Oh, this is just terrible, it just shows how the world's so awful." And except for Naoese Nooso says Jehovah's Witnesses are victors, or I think he means victims, of real discrimination. Well, in all fairness, in Africa, Jehovah's Witnesses did suffer from real discrimination, but that was because they were set up to be discriminated against by their own leadership, who then cruelly used the rapes, imprisonments and murders, mass rapes, murders, imprisonments, as a marketing tool in really one of the most sickening and racist ways that I know in the late 80s. Absolutely appalling. And again, this is the thing with Jehovah's Witnesses. They view everything outside the Kingdom Hall as bad. There's no differentiation. There's no, hey, Jeffrey Dahmer bad, double parking bad. It's just worldly, okay? And this is why Jehovah's Witnesses will hide from the bad news, because they want to pretend that it's not in the Kingdom Hall. Jehovah's Witnesses, it is in the Kingdom Hall. It is in the Kingdom Hall. Sorry about that. I wish it wasn't. I didn't know it was in the Kingdom Hall when I was a Jehovah's Witness a lot of the time. And when I did know, I was able to use some sort of cognitive dissonance to pretend, oh, well, there's a reason why it's in here, but don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. It's not going to be fine, Jehovah's Witnesses. You're going to be banned in more and more countries, and rightfully so, because you're a cult and you do enormous harm to people's lives. Guys, thanks very much for watching this. I had mentioned in another video that I'm going to be doing a Ask the Great Apostate video series, which I hope to do regularly along with the mean tweets, which I enjoy doing too. So if you have any questions for me, anything that you'd like to get advice on regarding leaving the cult life or getting used to life in the world, send me a message on my email below. Ooh, it's a bit gay. Email below, or comment or PM me, and I'll be happy to answer. Guys, thank you very much for watching The Great Apostate. Like and subscribe if you like, and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye bye.